Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Train Simulator Classic, aka Railworks. And today we're going to be taking a look at something already a little bit familiar, but different. So today we're looking at the GP40, the EMD GP40 from RRMods, as well as some SP patched models from Searchlight Simulations. Now there is a reason that I have both of them down here, which I will explain in a moment, because they are two separate packs, but one is payware and one is not. So yeah. Now the payware pack comes from RRMods. It is the Union Pacific pack. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that these were made in collaboration with Searchlight Simulations. I believe they use Searchlight Simulations scripting, Searchlight Sim sounds. The Searchlights had a pretty big hand in building these models. And then apparently they had a falling out. I'm not gonna dive too terribly deep into it. All I'm gonna do is skim the top just to explain why there are two separate packs here. But apparently they had a falling out. RRMods could not continue past the UP model, and then they did and released a Southern Pacific pack, which was not okay with Searchlight Simulations. They ended up copyrighting a lot of stuff. And then Searchlight Simulations went ahead and posted these patched Southern Pacific models in retaliation. Now this was back in like 2019-ish, somewhere in that area. Not dead certain if you can go download these still, but I do know that the Facebook page will still pop up if you look up Searchlight Sims Facebook on YouTube or on Google. You can still find the post where Searchlight explains what all has happened. So I will direct you to there. But in essence, these are the same models. The only difference is the skin. And yeah. This is part of the second pack that RRMods put up on their website, which are patched Southern Pacific models, because the base UP model here is a Southern Pacific locomotive, and UP repainted them when UP took over SP, and RRMods' second pack includes these patched models. Unfortunately, I do not have the second pack. I have opted not to purchase it in lieu of the stuff going with them. I'm not saying whether or not to do so. I'm just saying use sound judgment if you are to go check these out. Without further ado though, let's actually check them out. Let's get a nice up close. So the UP pack is the original pack, #1 pack, and in said pack you will get 3 locomotives with 3 different weathering schemes, 1, 2, and 3, with 3 kind of being the cleanest-ish. There's not a clean variant at all, which, whatever. And that's really about it. There are no differences that I can really point to between the three weathering jobs, so I am not going to bother going through all three of them. But we are going to take a look at the one, and then of course we'll hop over here and take a peek at the Searchlight freeware model that they posted on Facebook. So up close, yeah, they're dated models without a doubt. A lot of things show their age, like the 2D texturing. Like, not a one of these panels is 3D. They are all just textured in. They're part of the single texture across the board here, including these hatches. Everything up here. And then there's this, and this is so very noticeable compared to everything else. Now, I am talking in today's terms. I believe this base model came out in like 2017, so it is without a doubt dated. Searchlight Sims has obviously very much upped their game in recent years. Their level of quality is laughably better, but these were still pretty darn nice for their time. But in lieu of that fact, they do still look dated. You could really stick these up with Searchlight Sims early SD40s that I believe they re-released with a warning saying that they are now dated back. But these pair up nicely with those. If you were to pair it up with like the BNSF SD40s, the reworked and updated, upgraded SD40 pack, it's a night and day difference. The texturing is very blurry. I mean, heck, you can't even read that warning label. GP40-2 is really blurry. The numbers are very noticeably different. Just overall, the texturing is very, very poor by today's standard. Now, the overall model in and of itself looks pretty good. You'll notice some highlights of the SP era, such as where there would have been oscillating tail lights, headlights. UP opted to remove. But yeah, the overall model doesn't look half bad for its age. Again, the texturing is the real killer here. The texturing is just not great by today's standards at all. Stuff like this fan is so blurry. But then you got stuff like this horn. The horn looks pretty darn good. It's got, you know, 3D bolts on the back. And then we hop over here to the freeware model, which is, again, a reskin of this right here because it is the same locomotive. You will notice that the air horn looks different. The bell is different. The bell has been placed in a different place. It's up on the cab on the SP patch, while on the UP it's down in the frame as typical. Holes for the marker lights. But again, the same story. The overall model looks pretty good, but the texturing is very, very poor by today's standards. It's very blurry, it's very low res, very just not great. Idle sounds are pretty good though. I do like the idle sounds. So let's hop in it. That light right there looks really good. Not gonna lie. Now, again, these are older Searchlight models, so you do have to read the manual because everything's going to be keybinds. Very little is actually functional inside the cab, which is definitely frustrating, without a doubt, especially if you have the new updated SD40s. It's kind of hard to hop into these and go, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like it is very noticeable how these have aged. The headlights look really good though. Headlights are awesome. Now these do not have marker lights, so there are no marker lights to test. Bell. It is definitely out of sync, but the bell sound is not bad. Horn. Ooh. I like the horn. Very cool. It changes with the distance. I like that. I like that a lot. Typical of Searchlight simulations. Their sounds are 100% on par. Engine run, gen field. So some of this stuff is obviously playable. It just doesn't show a hand to let you know that you can tinker with any of this, which, yeah, it's a little bit frustrating to say the least. Sanders, AWS, of course, brakes. Killer brakes. Oh. You can press the communications test arm. Let's see. Isolation switch, which you can tinker with. It just doesn't show a hand. Control unit or immediate should be fine since we are a single unit. Platform lights, engine room light. Oh, the number board light switch works. We don't get engine or platform. HVC, don't get that one, don't get that one, don't get that one. The emergency fuel shut off, we don't get any of those. Door. So the audio does change. Pretty nice. I do like that. Don't get that one. And that one. We don't get that one. Then if we hop on the outside, number boards are alright. I think the headlights are definitely better. I like the headlights overall. The number boards, I do like that it looks like there's individual bulbs in there, but I think they're a little bit bright, and I don't like the flares, like, at all. Never liked the flares. Doors and windows do open. Ooh! Ah, I like that. I like the door closing sound. That makes me happy. Air conditioner unit we don't get. Wiper control only controls the front window? Oh, rear. Air conditioner. Very cool. Doesn't make much of a difference, but you can blinker with it. What I am surprised at, and what I'm not finding anywhere, are cab lights. Perhaps I'm crazy and they're somewhere dumb. Step gauge, dynamic, fuel. Headlight, rear. Reverse. Dynamic brake. Ooh. I like that sound. That made me happy. Enjoyable. I feel like I'm crazy and I'm just not seeing the blasted headlight or cab light control. Platform, engine room. Ah. Oh well. Let's be sure our track is set. That way we don't run into anything. We are on the Blackwater branch, the revised version. I do think the bell is a little bit quiet. And there's not really any exhaust, which is kind of entertaining. Moving a little bit quick through the yard, but that's okay. Mm. It's such a nice air horn. Now let's see. That jack. Through all these, we should be able to boogie on through here at a relatively quick pace. Just for giggles and squiggles. Just to hear it rev up. So we'll go ahead and stuff it in a notch 8. Yeah, there's a little bit of exhaust smoke. It's hard to see. This is the, I'm using the original AP weather pack. I do not have the new one. I am the poor. So overall, the sounds are pretty darn good. I do wish the bell was louder. I think it's a little bit too quiet. But other than that, this thing sounds really, really nice. Which is pretty typical of anything that Searchlight has had their hands on. Sounds from them tend to be very, very nice. I like the occasional squeals going around the curves. You know, the cling, clang, screech. It's so much better than a lot of the stuff we get from official people for DTG. That, you know, you hit a curve and it just screams all the way through the curve, no matter how shallow, no matter how tight. It just scream, and there's no change whatsoever. I hate that with such a passion. The little, you know, the cling, clang, screech. I like that. I love it. It's so much more realistic. It's so much better. Yeah, we are boogieing a little bit quick through here, but that's okay. Go ahead and pull up to here and throw on some brakes. Now, I do not have Searchlight simulation cars all thrown into the mix. It's just that it's a mixture of different cars, so it won't perform quite the same way that it would with Searchlight cars that are, you know, meant to go with their products, but it still does pretty well. It is nice that with just a little bit of brake pressure it slows down. It's gradual. It's not this grab, immediate jerk and come to a screeching halt. Very nice indeed. It is kind of entertaining that not a single one of the radiator fans is running. Ventilation fans, whatever one may or may not desire to call them. But not even the air conditioning fan is running, even though I had very clearly turned on the air conditioner. Oh, hey, this opens. Interesting. It's very nice. I do enjoy it. I do like it. The sounds are awesome. The physics are great. The texturing is not great. You know, overall, it's not a bad model. It's just kind of It's if the texturing was better, I really think this would be awesome. But it's just kind of, it's not. So it's just kind of on the meh level. So anywho, there it is, guys. The GP40-2 from a mixture of Searchlight simulations and RRMods. You can get the Southern Pacific models from their from Searchlight Simulations Facebook website. You will have to dig for it though. And the Union Pacific pack comes from RRMods. So link in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.